The Avengers issue number 3. That's right, folks. We're back into the world of Marvel's premier team. And, okay, I think more than anything so far in this run, I can feel where we're going. That's not a positive. It's just more like, okay, yeah, that is something we're about to do, isn't it? This is a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I'm very hesitant to criticize the parts of this book I don't like, solely because this is like something a lot of Avengers writers have done recently. You know, notably guys like Bendis did this and Hickman even did this, where it's like, let's just make a bunch of new things and put them into the pit with the things you like and see what happens. Now, I'm not defending either of those other runs, and I'm also not like, defending this one. I think like where we are, like now more than ever in like terms of our comic book viewing, we're aware of those types of gears that are turning. And I do think McKay has done this specific thing better on the smaller scale of Moon Knight. Moon Knight, his run on Moon Knight, the best run of Moon Knight ever, has been so small scale when it's been introducing his new characters like Hunter's Moon, like Plesko, who's an old character but he did something new with, and like the villains and all that stuff. He's just been doing it on like a smaller scale. This just feels like it's hard to fully love, and it's fine. I don't hate the book. I do think this issue is kind of weak though. So, do you remember last issue when I was like, okay, one of two things is going to happen with like these things that Kang foretold, right? We're either going to knock him out, and that's going to be like the arc of this like storyline. Like one issue is going to be about like each of those 5 things he mentioned, or it's going to be like each of those 5 things Kang mentioned happening is going to be an arc itself with like a 5 issues to deal with. Yeah, it's the latter of the two. It's the Impossible City arc. A big ship city, Valerian style, comes to Earth, and it's people. What are they called? Layer of the Ashen Combine, accomplished interdimensional cityslayers. There's 5 of them. They have specific designs, and we'll talk about their names when we get to it. The city's alive and does some narration, and like, yep, I'm fine with a talking city. That does not bother me. And so, yeah, these 5 characters, the Ashen Combine, yeah, that's what they're called. They come to Earth, they're each going to claim a city, and then, like, I guess use, like, the constructs of that city to, like, build their impossible city better, I guess is the plan. So the first one is Alabaster, and they choose Vatican City, and they're like a divine egg with wings and talons, so that's kind of cool. The City Smith is the next to choose. They choose Toronto, Canada, because they like the materials that's in there. Like, we're an artist, we can use this to make different creations. And then Lord Enu chooses Manila in the Philippines to build stuff, and they're just killing people and destroying the city, so that's cool. The first one's a big egg. The second one's like a cloaked figure with long fingernails. The third one's like Sauron, I guess. I don't love it. The one I like the most is probably like the Dead, who goes to Sydney, Australia. It just looks like the Hanged Man from Astro City, and I appreciate that. Like, there's the noose around the neck, there's the cloak on the head, and they just raise like dead people from the ground, so that's fun. And Meridian Diadem, that name is complicated and annoying. They choose, which one do they choose? They choose Helsinki, Finland. Cool. So yeah, they just, they're like a robot lady. And they got like centaurs or something to help fight, like robotic minotaurs. Okay, that's fine. Let's cut back to New York City where the fight is not taking place. And Carol's like, let's go team, the world's in peril, we know what our sights are. And T'Challa's like, yes. But first, let's actually think about this instead of like rushing bullheaded into this, because we don't have a plan and just going in to fight things is not good. We need to like lay down like what's going on. That causes tension. Because God forbid T'Challa's the smartest person in a room. Sam's upset with him for some unknown reason. Carol's like, I thought I was leading this team. He's like, yeah, you're leading this team. I'm just telling you, like, let's think about what we're doing before we rush into a fight. So they take a minute to like do recon. Tony shows some stuff. Like none of these people show up on the old radar stuff. We see Vision like does like a sensor of like these are the things happening over there. So this is kind of like the plan. So Carol's like, okay, you all got your targets. Let's go out and fight. And they do. So we cut back to all the places. The big egg with wings. Thor is going to fight them in Vatican City because gods fight gods. Okay, cool. In Toronto, the City Smith is going to fight Iron Man, who's wearing a new suit. It's dark, it's sleek, it's cool. It looks great. We head over to Sydney, where what's his name? The Dead? Ugh. Yeah. You get really exquisite with some of the names. They're just like, the Dead. Okay, Scarlet Witch is going to fight the magic guy. Makes sense, no problem with that. And then we see Vision's going to fight the one in Finland who's also a robot, which is kind of cool. He's like, look, you call yourself a mother to these creatures. Your creatures suck. Everything about you sucks. I may be a synthetic like you, but you disappoint me. And then we go to Manila, where Carol's going to fight Sauron. Yeah, that's very exciting. And then we cut to the actual like impossible city, who's like, it's been a long time since I've had visitors. This is kind of exciting because T'Challa and Sam are going to head onto the ship and do something. I don't know. That's where the book ends. A whole heapin' help a setup. Thank you for that. I don't like it. I did not enjoy this book that much. I think some of like the design changes for like T'Challa and Tony, they look so good. I love the way T'Challa is just like looking in this book. It's fantastic. And Carol continues to be like better written than she's been in a while, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we do a bunch of just like big panels, like each member of the Avengers going to fight one of the Ashen Combine gets a huge panel just displaying themselves about to fight them, but not actually fighting them. So that's kind of cool. And again, they're just like characters, you know? They're not that they're like superly over designed. They're just, how many of like this specific type do we have to make every year? Because we're always making one. Because I don't think, I'd have to go back and check, but I don't think these are the ones that killed Kang, right? Like, I feel like they weren't the ones. Like, I know like another like organization of whoever the heck went to kill Kang. And I don't think it was these guys. I think it was like some other crappy characters that went to, yeah, because it was like Mirrodin, right? And they were like, they had like the Twilight Court. Yeah, it was the Twilight Court. I'm looking at it now. Okay. Okay, Jed. Okay, I get it. You had an idea for the Avengers, and it was, what if I created a bunch of new stuff? Fine by me. I don't care. It's not that interesting. I like the narration from the city, and I like the way T'Challa's armor looks. Aside from that, you have yet to sell me on this book. So, Avengers issue number 3, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.